As we've been reporting, when it comes to taxes and fees in the state, many Marylanders are feeling the pinch. Costs have gone up across the board, and that includes the vehicle emissions inspections.
Fox 45's Jessica Babb is live after speaking with a lawmaker trying to change that. Jessica.
Well, Republican Delegate Chris Bouchat says he plans to introduce legislation in this next session to get rid of the vehicle emissions program. The cost increased to about $30 this year, and he says that's an extra $30 people could use in their pockets.
Heavy steel jobs, we can put on this, what's called an acorn table.
Deep inside this welding shop.
It's a joke. There is no easy money.
Delegate Christopher Eric Bouchat is taking a stand on the state making easy money.
The emissions tests are very easy money for the state. We're all getting our pockets empty.
The Republican delegate, who is also planning to run for governor, says he wants to get rid of the state's vehicle emissions inspection program.
When it was conceived and implemented, it had purpose and meaning. But since that time, the vehicle manufacturers have addressed all the issues with the emissions and brought down all the obnoxious emissions that were damaging to our environment. So now the vehicle emissions program has just become a money net for the state government.
While it was put in place to protect the environment, this year the cost of the emissions test increased from $14 to $30.
Certain people that can't really afford those type of things, I feel like it's kind of a blockage.
Our state government is looking for any fee they can to try to net more revenue into them, and it becomes a desperation. Those fees should be directly connected to expense of the program, and that's not how these fees are structured now.
This is on top of other fees and tax increases that went into effect this year.
We're destroying our middle class with excessive fees and taxation.
Some residents like Tony say
it's too much for us to handle. The next 10 years or 5 years, everything that's going to be down. We're going to be walking the streets looking sad like zombies with no money in our pocket, hard to take care of our children, things like that.
For instance, Maryland has now become a national leader with the cost to register your car, outpacing other states.
I don't understand what it's going up for, and what do we get more?
Oh man, it's crazy. They make you want to go to another state.
Maryland's Office of the Comptroller just released its latest report on the housing market, saying between 2022 and 2024, Maryland ranked in the top 10 of all U.S. states for the largest net loss of residents moving to other states. And even though Governor Wes Moore has repeatedly said many Marylanders will see tax cuts, Bouchat says,
I think that was just political rhetoric to sell the idea and the concept, but the reality is what we're seeing in the economy. People are fleeing. They're tired of the rhetoric. They actually want some reform that's substantive, that's going to give relief to the citizens.
Starting small with emissions tests. Considering the financial challenges the state of Maryland has seen in the past year, do you think there would be support for this legislation?
Yes, I do. Definitely within the Republican caucus. Now we need to coalesce not only the Republican caucus, but also the Democrat elected officials in the General Assembly, because their constituents are suffering just as Republican constituents are. This cuts across the board. There's no partisanship in this. We're all financially suffering, and we all need to step up to the plate and try to do things to give relief to our citizens.
Now in Maryland, the vehicle emissions program has been around for a few decades, and since we are still a few months away from session, it's not clear if there will be enough bipartisan support to pass this. In Baltimore County, Jessica Babb, Fox 45 News.
I'm Kai Jackson. Thank you for watching. Here's another video to watch. Also, please take a moment to subscribe to our channel.